Well, let's take you back to Cape Coast, where we understand the COVID-19 treatment center and public facilities have been flooded after last night's rains. Richard Kojanyako is our correspondent. He joins us live now. Richard, all right, we'll return to the story of the flooding in Cape Coast, after which Richard Kojanyako will join us.
It's been about 8 hours of downpour in Cape Coast and part of the central region, and it has had a devastating effect. Many homes are flooded, our streets are flooded. School children were not permitted to go to school because the school authorities said that they feared that something untoward may happen, and so they all issued statements to the effect that the students should not go to school. On the street, many roads had to be diverted because some of them got heavily flooded and they didn't want to risk it. NADMO authorities and city authorities have been in the rain looking at the possible causes of the flooding situation here. As you can see where I'm standing, the place is heavily flooded, and so people have had to pump the waters from their rooms. Even at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, the COVID-19 treatment center got flooded, and so the patient there had to be taken to the holding bay for continuous treatment. And so it's been a very, very sad day for the people here in Cape Coast, and as we speak, the waters appear to be receding, but we also see signs of the rains coming back again, and speak with some of the people around.
So the new building over there has choked the access for the water to flow. So due to that, the new building blocked the flow to go. So due to that, the water have to pump into the individuals' houses. That has caused a very harm to us. And one of my landlord and my sisters, the television, the bed, certificate, everything spoiled. Everything spoiled. And then you can see there's a new building also there. That one too, it has choked, it has blocked the access of the flow to go. So due to that, that one, so it has been another disadvantage for us. So the best thing for us to do is either the government will come into our aid so that they will compensate that man, and then they will destroy that building over there. And also, they have to stop PPAG people to build that a new facility over there. That one will help us, the people staying in this area. That will be the best option. If they stop building that new building and also demolish that new storing building, the water can flow easily, and then everyone will have his own peace here.
All of us said push me there bomba. No suna bedemu ho nti nso wa se obia nyina ye areas wa se bia nyama obia nyama se we area ha hwenhwala nkwafo wa sesaw hwenkwafo mu dem ho sa me nkwafo ba ya iro ho papa ye ogi ne hoyi ni dem obia la nti nso wa mabo no papa because this year ya mo bor bada ya go nso easy wa se nyama nyina la nti
flood all over. Flood all over. I think it was around 10 o'clock when the water started, midnight 10. That's when the rain started. We thought it was going to subside throughout the night. Also, around 4 o'clock when I wake up, then I met this surprise. Yes. So it's flood all over.
Is it something that it has happened before?
Yes. 2009, it happened. Similar thing happened, and I was one of the victims. About 150 feet of wall. My wall broke that time. At that time, too, the development was not as it is today. Today we have gutters, we have roads, and so. But the problem has to do with encroachment on the waterways. Encroachment because this place is actually earmarked for a gutter, but if you go closer, you will see that it's been encroached by one developer whom we don't know. Yeah. So that is actually the main cause of the problem. People supposed to work. People who are paid by the taxpayers' money supposed to work. They should be found on the field working, not sitting in office. So you can have whatever degree, but you should be seen on the field working. come to the area, assess the problems there, and then offer solutions. Not sitting in your office and writing English, but come to the field and solve the problem. Yes, the landowner has a say, but in having a say, the nation also has a say in making sure that things are done and are done right. It's not what we think, that it's my land, so I can sell, even where it is road and people are selling. That is the issue here. The issue here has to do with the landowner selling every area, every space that you find, you want to sell. Every space that you want to find, you want to sell. And so you have sold all, including the waterways. Welcome, sir. My name is Dankwa Smith Joseph.
The only thing that can help us, not here only, but the whole Ghana, what we have to make sure that where there is a waterlogged place, they don't sell the land to people. We should think for the future, not right now. There are some people, land owners, they just because of what they will get to solve their problem just right now, they sell the land to people, and it will create problem for the next future people. So we have to make sure that if a place is known to be where water or flood area, we don't sell that land to people.
Richard Kojonyaku joins us live via Zoom for more. Richard, I know that residents are complaining, but can we turn our attention to the COVID treatment center, which is also flooded? Describe what it is to us.
Well, so that is the place where COVID patients are treated at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. In fact, it got flooded. It's not only that place in the teaching hospital that got flooded. A lot more of the facilities within that space also got flooded. And so these patients that were at the treatment center had to be relocated to a holding bay elsewhere to continue their treatment there. And so authorities have had to hold some discussions. Some of the nurses and other medical officials that were supposed to go to their workplaces, they couldn't go in time because even the roads they would use some of them were blocked because they were not safe for them to use such roads. And so it brought some huge vehicular traffic on the roads in Cape Coast. But the rain appeared to have, or the floods have appeared to have receded a bit, but now it started raining again, and many people feared that something untoward may happen in Cape Coast should something urgent not done today.
And Richard, have you seen anything like this before?
Well, it's been an annual affair, but not in this magnitude. This year or today has been huge. A lot of people have built on water courses. They've sold the lands, and so they blocked the water courses. So the floods had to even break some of the walls this dawn. Otherwise, there would have been some huge disaster. We're also even told of a tanker that was discharging fuel, and some of them even were mixed with the flood waters. And so that road had to be blocked along the Cape Coast New Stadium Road and a lot more. And so people feared that this year's own is of such a magnitude that they've never seen before. And that is why they are calling for more support and more attention.
And what's been the response from authorities?
Well, so the National Disaster Management Organization has been on duty since morning. They were there as early as 5 a.m. because they responded to some distress calls from residents. They did not go there alone. In fact, the Ghana National Fire Service have also been in the rain throughout. They have been helping directing the traffic and ensuring that some of the roads that were not safe were also blocked ultimately for people not to also go to certain places that they may drown, or the fuel tanker discharge that was happening. They had to put an end to that, ensure cutting off the place to ensure that nothing untoward happens. But what we have been told by NADMO is that after the rain, the floods have receded, they will be on the ground and they will start demolishing all the structures that are on water courses. Of course, we've been hearing all of these after rains that they would demolish them, but they never get done. And so this one, they are trusting, the residents are trusting that the authorities, the building inspectors and the others that have been clothed with powers to do what they are supposed to do, that so that there wouldn't be the floods like this again.
And Richard, tell us about the specific parts of Cape Coast that experienced this?
So let's start from the Cape Coast New Stadium, Abra, Eyufwa, Adesadal, and other places, Academy of Christ the King, and Cape Tech area. At the University of Cape Coast, where it has been flooding every year, this year, it also got flooded, and so the drivers had to be redirected to take another course so that they do not saddle themselves with this kind of challenge. And so all of these areas that I have mentioned, they got flooded. It's not only in Cape Coast though, Mankesim and other part, Mori. I understand that the students of the Mori Senior High School couldn't go because the road that they would use was rendered impassable, and so they couldn't even go to school. So all the schools, major, especially the basic schools and the senior high schools, they got shut down today because the authorities feared that something untoward could happen should they allow the students and the teachers to go to work.
And hopefully you were not personally affected, were you?
Well, where I stay is on a hilly area, and so if it will rain the entire 24 hours, I will not be affected, but I fear for the lives of those who are downstream.
Great. Finally, is it still raining?
Yes, so it started again, and it is not as huge as it was doing. It was raining at dawn today, but it started again, and people, even though people are counting their loss, they complain that their television sets, they are afraid their other documents, certificates, they've all been washed away. They are still here. They are just taking the waters out of their rooms, and some have got machines that are actually pumping water from their homes in order to create some space for them to even go to bed or to even do anything at all in their house.
An incredibly sad development there. Richard Kojanyako will leave it here.